The opening ceremonies dazzled, the new stadiums delighted, and the new underground train ran on time. Praise was high for the Chinese government, which invested billions of dollars preparing for the 29th Olympic Games. But China experts differ on whether the Games have changed this ancient country. The head of the United Nations in China, Khalid Malik, says hosting the Games was a major achievement for the leaders of a developing nation like China.
They managed to focus the attention on the big picture items, of course build outstanding infrastructure. I think the whole of Beijing infrastructure has been upgraded, by these bus routes to underground links to how the city looks. I think all these are enduring legacies for the future.
In some ways, the Olympics have changed China. After a month of anti-pollution measures, the skies cleared and air quality in Beijing rose to its highest level in 10 years. Xie Yin-hong, American Studies Director at People's University in Beijing, says this is the greatest legacy of the Beijing Games.
The greatest heritage of the Olympics will not be improved individual rights, but rather heightened awareness by the people and the government of the importance of a cleaner sky and easier transportation for society.
For others, hopes that the Games would help ease tight government controls on society were not fulfilled. Foreign journalists were allowed to report more freely, but still faced restrictions on certain subjects. The government designated special protest areas during the Olympics, but no demonstrations were approved, and some who applied were reportedly detained. And the government continued to block internet sites dealing with human rights and Tibetan independence. Some say hosting the Games led to increased repression against political dissidents, rebellious ethnic groups, and some religious organizations. The preparations also brought about the destruction of some people's homes and the expulsion of migrant workers and beggars from Beijing. David Walachensky, the author of a book on the Olympics, says he never expected the Olympics to change China.
It's a one-party communist dictatorship. They don't have to open up to the world. They're already there. And so the idea that the Olympics was going to be some coming out party for China, I just never bought that argument.
Hosting the Olympics enabled the Chinese government to project its power, boost its prestige, and bolster its legitimacy, according to Jamie Metzel of the U.S.-based Asia Society.
The legitimacy of the government comes from its being able to deliver certain things, and whether it's delivering economic growth or it's delivering the symbol of these Olympics, that China can do something not only at the world level, but above the world level.
Others say China's leadership has no long-term interest in allowing rapid and complete liberalization. Yet Asian Studies professor Victor Cha at Georgetown University in Washington says the Games will have some impact.
But what the Olympics do is it forces the leadership to make small steps that are very uncharacteristic for the leadership. And these incremental steps have an aggregate effect in the end.
Most agree that China, after the Olympics, will show more self-assurance on the world stage, whether in sports, commerce, or international politics. Scott Bobb, VOA News, Beijing.